Hey folks, this is Matt, and welcome back to another unboxing. I haven't looked in the box yet. I opened it so that it wouldn't take too long, but a username Sawney Beane sent me a pretty big box, and it's pretty heavy. I don't know if I can. I don't want to show any names, but this is how big the box is. So, thank you. I don't know what's in it, but thank you so much for this. Really kind of you to do so. You didn't have to do that, so let's look into it. It is pretty heavy, so I can't like lift it up and. Holy shit! Wow, that's a lot of movies. Wow. Okay, this is gonna take a while. I I didn't know what to expect, but not. Wow, that's a lot of like all Blu-rays. Okay, let's get to it. Let's see, we got. Wow, this is pretty cool. Thank you very much for that. We got Jacob's Ladder on Blu-ray. I already have the film on Blu-ray, but I love the film, so now I have a backup copy in case anything happens to that Blu-ray. Great film, classic. I wish they would do a sort of director's cut, extended cut of this with the deleted scenes put back in. And I already have this, but cool. I have another copy. Jacob Ladder. Next up, we got Fortress. I do have the film on Blu-ray. Someone sent it to me. It was an overseas Blu-ray, which is actually the uncut version. I believe this is the R-rated version. So I'll still keep that Blu-ray because, again, someone was nice to send that to me. But hey, to have a US Blu-ray for the collection, that's cool. From Echo Bridge Entertainment. Full high-def 1080p. Yeah, Fortress. Yeah, I already have the film on Blu-ray, but again, just have a backup copy. There's another film I do have on Blu-ray, Paul. But again, hey, I can use it as a backup copy. I remember having fun with the film. I haven't seen this film in a while, probably since I got that Blu-ray back in the day. But yeah, now I have a backup copy of Paul. Again, this is a film no one talks about. It did not do well when it came out. But I remember having fun with this movie. But yeah, it's a film that's very much forgotten. No one ever talks about this movie. It's too bad it didn't do. It's too bad it did not do well. I remember this being a fun flick. But I guess now I have a backup copy of Paul. Ah, a 30th anniversary Saturday Night Fever. I don't remember too much about this movie. I'm not sure if I had seen it all the way through. I've seen the sequel, which I ranted on when I did my Sylvester Stallone movie marathon, which I have a playlist of that for those interested. I reviewed all Stallone's movies, including the sequel to this, which he directed and has a cameo in. But I have the original with quite a few special features, which will be interesting to see. Catching the Fever, 30-Year Legacy, Making Soundtrack History, Platforms in Polyester, DJs and Disco, Spotlight on Travolta. Yeah, very cool to have this in my collection now. Thank you. Next up, this was another film that someone had sent to me, and I think I did a review for this. There's stuff I like about the movie, although I'm not really a fan of the ending to this film, but it is Snowpiercer. Chris Evans, Tilda Swinton, Ed Harris, John Hurt. Again, a lot of elements I like in the film. I don't really care for the ending to this movie. But, hey, now I have another copy of Snowpiercer. Next up, it is a Clockwork Orange, and a brand new Blu-ray of Clockwork Orange. This is a film that I remember I saw once a long time ago. I remember not really caring for it. I'm much more into The Shining, or 2001, or Full Metal Jacket for Stanley Kubrick. But you know what? I'll give this film another look, a second chance. And it is a Blu-ray with features. Commentary about Malcolm McDowell and historian Nick Redman. Channel 4 documentary, new featurette, career profile, Oh Lucky Malcolm. I'd be very interested in those features, so. Cool to have this for the collection, Stanley Kubrick collection. Oh, I also like Doctor Strangelove, which I have. See, The Shining, Doctor Strange I have on DVD, same with Full Metal Jacket. But I do have 2001 on Blu-ray, so thank you for this, for the collection. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid on Blu-ray. Quite a few features. There's a documentary, featurettes, commentary. Not really my cup of tea of a film, but, you know, I would not call it a bad film, just not my cup of tea of a film. But, you know, to have it for the collection, it's pretty cool. Thank you for that. We have the first ABCs of Death. I wanted to pick these up. I remember liking the second one more than this one, but there are elements of this I did like, and it does have some features, which that'll be interesting to take a look. So I'll have to pick up the second film sometime. But now I have the ABCs of Death. Thank you very much for that. That's very cool. Next up we have an ECW Blu-ray, Volume 2 Unreleased, or Unreleased Volume 2, a 2-disc set. Over 20 matches. Christian Dio Lance Storm versus Sabu and Rob Van Dam. Hardcore Heaven. Cactus Jack versus Terry Funk. Sabu versus Chris Jericho. Tommy Dreamer versus Taz. Shane Douglas versus Al Snow, and more. New collection of ECW classics never before seen on home video. Over 7 hours of this stream match, and the fans continue to demand. Very cool. Volume 2. Just have to pick up Volume 1 sometime. And next up we have Unforgiven on Blu-ray. Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, few documentaries, commentary by Eastwood biographer Richard Chickle. Film I wanted to give another look, Unforgiven, and thanks to him I now can. Thank you for that. Next up is The Collector. Big fan of this movie. I do already have this Blu-ray. But again, I now have an extra copy of the film, so like a backup. So really enjoyed the film, and I really enjoyed the sequel. I did already have this, but still, thank you for that. Ah, The Road Warrior on Blu-ray. Great sequel, very entertaining. Commentary by director George Miller and cinematographer Dean Semler, and an introduction by Leonard Maltin. Hey, they have The Road Warrior on Blu-ray. Can't say anything bad about that. It's pretty cool. Thank you for that. This is a lot of movies. This is a lot. I feel like I'm ripping the guy off. I didn't know it'd be this. I know you said he was going to send something. I didn't know it'd be all this. This is pretty insane. And then he sent me a message. What was the message? Please feel free to rant or make fun of anything. Some of the stuff are cool. With the Blu-rays, I just grabbed a bunch from my Get Rid of Boss. I just need to make room, so probably nothing special if you don't already have them all in your collection. Don't feel bad for saying about anything. I was happy to send it to a loving home as I needed to get rid of some of my collection. Thanks again for all your work and entertainment. Happy New Year. Sawney Beane. That's pretty damn cool. Cool hand look. Cool hand look. I have not seen this film. I've heard of it with Paul Newman. But cool hand look. Now I have it for the collection. Very cool. And then we have a Westerns Unchained, which I guess has 25 films. None which I've heard of. Lola Colt, Long Days of Revenge, Kill Django, My Name is Pecos, Django Defies Sartana, Django and Sartana It's the End, Django Shoots First, Revenge of Sartana, Pray for Vultures, Gun for 100 Graves. Don't know any of these, but quite a few movies on one disc. We have Zodiac. This is a 2-disc director's cut with quite a few features. I remember this movie being a bit long, but overall I remember liking the film. Feature-length documentary. Commentary by Jake Gyllenhaal, Robert Downey Jr., Brad Fisher, James Vanderbilt, and James Ellroy. Another commentary by David Fincher. And it's also a behind-the-scenes documentary on the making of Zodiac. Oh, and the feature-length documentary is about the actual investigation. Very cool. Zodiac. David Fincher film. Thank you for that. This is The Human Centipede 2. Not a fan of these movies at all. Quite frankly, I hate these movies. I think they're completely worthless films. I hate these movies. I find no interest in a movie like this. Hated them. But it is a gift. But yeah, I do hate these movies. So, but Human Centipede 2, full sequence. Next up we have Big Trouble in Little China on Blu-ray. I do already have the film on Blu-ray, but hey, it's Big Trouble in Little China, so you can't complain. But I do have the film on Blu-ray, but still, thank you. Thank you very much for that. Use as a backup in case anything happens, at least for the film itself. Next up is a movie called Droid War. I've never heard of this film. I guess it's The French Connection meets The Wire. Definitely got some good reviews. Again, never heard of Droid War, but there it is there. Droid War. Next up we have Inception. Do already have this Blu-ray. I enjoyed the film. I did review the film a long time ago, but I got a copyright claim, so I had to take it down. I do want to revisit this sometime. Yeah, I do already have the Blu-ray, but yeah, it's cool to have like a backup copy just in case. So, thank you for that. It's a lot of stuff. Jeez. Watchmen, Director's Cut. I actually did not have this on Blu-ray. I only had it on DVD. Yeah, this is actually a 2-disc set. The one I had was bare bones. This has a maximum movie mode. Takes you on a personal exploration of Watchmen while you watch the movie. That'll be interesting. The original graphic novel's groundbreaking impact. Quite a few special features, which I'll be very curious to give a watch. I haven't seen this film in forever. I remember liking the film, but now it's the director's cut and this movie mode. This is very cool. Thank you for that. That's very cool. A Wu-Tang Iron Fist collection. With, I guess, another 25 movies like the Django. Once again, I've never heard of these movies. The 18 Jade R-Hats, Death Duel Kung Fu, 18 Fatal Strikes, Raging Masters Tiger Crane, 18 Swirling Riders, Iron Monkey Strikes Back, Eagle Claws, Enter the Iron Fist. Maybe someone can answer me this. Is there ever anything like this for the Bruceploitation movies? I've actually been wanting to watch a lot of those Bruceploitation movies. I'm wondering, is there a set of like 25 movies that has it? I would like to give that a look. If so, pick that up. Shaolin Master and the Kid, 18 Swirling Riders. They spelled swirling wrong. They spelled it S-W-R-I. So we're really, you won't be able to see it, but yeah, they spelled swirling. S-W-R-I-L-I-N-G. Iron Monkey Strikes Back. Hell's Wind Staff. Hell's with a Z. Hell's. 72 Desperate Rebels. I don't know any of these. But as the Wu-Tang Iron Fist collection. Just as that one guy was doing the man with the iron fist, so. Okay. Clint Eastwood film? Hanem High. I think I've seen this once before, but I don't remember my thoughts on it. But now I have the film on Blu-ray. Had this film on DVD, but now I have it on Blu-ray. So thank you for that. Very cool. And just want to check on something. Okay. Sorry, I just needed to check on something real quick. Next up is, this is a film that someone actually sent to me and I think the review is still up, but it was a company man. So this was already sent to me. I already had this, but hey, you know what? It's another copy of the film. Use it as like a backup copy. So still thank you for that. I remember Naihi in this film. I remember a couple of decent parts in the flick. Oh wow. Jurassic Park on Blu-ray. I only have this as part of the DVD set. Now this has a new feature, Return to Jurassic Park Part 1. So, hey, they had the first Jurassic Park on Blu-ray. Digitally remastered, that's pretty damn cool. Thank you for that. That's pretty damn cool. Wow. Ah. Dune. I saw this film a while ago. I remember not minding the movie. And now I have the Blu-ray of it. Designing Dune, Dune effects, Dune models and miniatures, deleted scenes. It'd be pretty interesting to see what this film looks like on Blu-ray. Very cool. Dune. Thank you for that. And now we're not close to being done. It's a lot of movies. I keep mentioning that. If anyone else wants to deal with a collection, I'll take it. I mean, this is insane. Seriously, thank you so much. I did not think it would be this. That's pretty damn insane. We have Immortals with Henry Cavill, who would be Superman. You have Mickey Rourke in this. Never saw this film. From the producers of 300. Mickey Rourke plays the villain. There's Stephen Dorff is in this. Tarsem Singh. I think that's the guy who did The Cell. Huh. Well, I'd be interested to see what the visuals are in this movie then. But that is Immortals. Hey, for the collection. Then we have South Park. Bigger, longer, and uncut. I had this film on DVD, but now I have it on Blu-ray. I'm not a fan of the show, but I actually did like the movie. I actually thought the movie was pretty funny, pretty entertaining. And I know that's weird, because again, I do not like the show at all. I think the show is overrated. But I did like the movie. I thought it was a pretty well done movie. So, very cool to have the Blu-ray of this. Thank you for that. The Blu-ray of Sin City. Had this film on DVD, but now, thanks to you, I have this on Blu-ray. Disc 1, restored theatrical version. Disc 2, the recut extended unrated version. Bunch of features. Commentary Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino. I think the other version, I remember that just being like one scene where that happened. I don't know though. Interesting to give that another look. Yeah. Sin City on Blu-ray. Very cool. Thank you for that. Masters of the Universe on Blu-ray. You know what? I'll take that. I have this film on DVD, but I'll take a Blu-ray of this. This is a film that I'm not the biggest fan of. Throughout the years, I've kind of gone easy on it. And it's not as bad as I thought when I was a kid, but it's not one of my favorite Dolph Lundgren films. I Come in Peace is my favorite, along with Showdown Little Tokyo, The Punisher, Red Scorpion, Command Performance. But I did have a bit of fun with this. but I can't say I love it. But Frank Langella is fun. Is fun as Skeletor. I don't think Dolph Lundgren is the problem, honestly. It just Canon Films had no money, so let's go to Earth. Hey, on Blu-ray, I'd gladly have this on Blu-ray. Oh wow! Next up, we have From Paris with Love. Very cool. I'm a big fan of this movie. I think this is a very underrated flick. At least this film got a bad rap when it came out. I only have this film on DVD, so I'm glad to take this on Blu-ray. I really enjoy this movie. It's one of my favorite films of, was it 2011? 2010. Huh, was that 2010? God, that was a long time ago. For Paris with Love, I think is a very underrated action film. I mean, yeah, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers is not the best, but he's like tolerable. But John Travolta is one of my favorite roles from him. Pierre Morel, who did the first Taken, made a very fast-paced, action-packed movie. The action scenes are great. John Travolta is having a lot of fun with his character. And this actually has quite a few features. It has a commentary with Pierre Morel, the making of From Paris with Love, friend or foe trivia game, Charlie's Gun Locker featurette, a trailer. Very cool to see this in HD. Thank you for this. I'm a big fan for Paris with Love. I think that's a great flick. Very cool action film. Not many people talk about. And then we have a film that I don't know much about. That's called Immortal. Takes place in 2095. There's a pyramid in the skies inhabited by ancient Egyptian gods. Was it Stardate? With only 7 days to preserve his immortality, he must find a human body to inhabit and search for a mate in the sea below. Beautiful young woman with blue hair, blue tears, and power wanders the city in search of her identity, aided by a doctor who is fascinated by this mystery of nature. Bodies, voices, and memories converge with gods, mutants, mortals, and extraterrestrials. And there's a guy with a falcon head. Falcon head. Okay, this seems pretty weird, so I'll give it a look one day. I don't know if I'll be able to do a marathon on all these movies, but if I'm able to get time, maybe a couple of them. But looks kind of interesting. Blu-ray of Beetlejuice. It's very cool. I only had the DVD of this, so nice to have this in HD now. It has 3 episodes from the Beetlejuice TV series, music-only audio track, and a trailer. I don't know why this film doesn't have a special edition. Concerning Michael Keaton, it's like his favorite role. I think he would talk about the movie, so would Tim Burton. So would the guys who did the effects. Hell, I bet Jeannie Davis would talk about the film. If she's willing to talk about The Fly, she'll talk about this movie. And Winona Ryder, she was willing to talk about Heathers. I think she talked about this movie. This should have a special edition. I don't know what the fuck the Warner Brothers got up their ass about. But Beetlejuice. I enjoy that film. So, very cool to have that on Blu-ray. This is the original Magnificent Seven. Yul Brynner, Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, Robert Vaughn, James Coburn. Never actually seen this film. I've heard of the film. Residents of a small Mexican village seek help from 7 American gunfighters. The only problem is 7 against 50. And it has special features. I'd be curious to give this a look. Heard a lot about it. Now thanks to Sawney Beane, I'm able to watch it. So thank you for that. I'd gladly take it. Next up is a spaghetti western double feature of The Last Gun and $4 of Revenge. Don't know anything about these movies. Just one stars Cameron Mitchell. The other people I don't know. So, yeah. The Last Gun and $4 of Revenge. Huh. Have this on DVD, but now I have the Blu-ray of Forrest Gump. I know this is a film that gets hate nowadays, but I've always liked this movie. I've always enjoyed this film. So, you know what? That's very cool to have the Blu-ray of this. Has the features, I think, from the DVD. There's a couple that are in HD, so like An Evening with Forrest Gump, Dreamboat Diary. Maybe those are new features. But, yeah, I know a lot of people didn't like this film. Well, nowadays they don't, but I enjoy Forrest Gump. I think it's a pretty damn good flick. So, very cool to have this on Blu-ray. Thank you. The Never-Ending Story on Blu-ray. I think I have the DVD of this. I think I have another copy of this with features on it. Well, this does not have features on it, but I forget if that was a Blu-ray or a DVD. Might have been just a DVD. I can't remember now. But either way, either case, to have another copy of this? Sure. Thank you for that. If it was a DVD, now I have the film on Blu-ray, and if it's a Blu-ray, then I have another copy of this. So, thank you so much for that. Thank you. Rob Zombie's The Lords of Salem. It's funny, he said in his message, feel free to rant or make fun of anything. Maybe he knew it's like, oh, yeah, Rob Zombie movie. I don't like Rob Zombie's movies. Yeah, I know I didn't see this movie, but everything in my body knows I would hate this movie. So, The Lords of Salem. With his wife, once again. The best movie to date by director Rob Zombie. Is there such a thing as a best movie by Rob Zombie? I haven't seen it yet. Well, speaking of which, I guess people would say this one is The Devil's Rejects. If I had to be honest, this film is not a bad film. I mean, I gotta be honest, Devil's Rejects, I can't call it a bad film. I don't care for Sherry Moon Zombie in these movies. I kind of just wish it was just these two guys. I mean, they are the villains of the film, but they do a really good job with their roles. Bill Moseley and Sid Haig. You also have Ken Foree, you have William Forsythe. Again, I would just not have Sherry Moon Zombie and just have these two guys. But, so, but there is a lot of good performances by Bill Moseley and Sid Haig. The direction is not that bad from Rob Zombie. Sherry Moon Zombie gets on my fucking nerves. But, hey, it's the Devil's Rejects. I'll take this for the collection. Thank you for that. Wow. Next up is a film that someone had asked. I'm not sure. I don't think the review is still up. Maybe it is, but it's Stateland. I remember not being too impressed with the film. I remember being like, eh. Through that reaction, like, eh. So I'm not really big on the film. Wait, I have the film on Blu-ray for the collection. It's pretty cool. I just remember not being too much into it. And next up is Spawn on Blu-ray. I don't know if I have this film on Blu-ray. For some reason, I think I do. Maybe I just have it on DVD. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I cannot remember. Can't remember. If I had it on DVD, I'm not really much a fan of the movie, but there are aspects I like. I like the look of Spawn. I like Michael Jai White. The effects are not the best. They don't hold up. And I know it's rated R, but it doesn't feel that much of an R rating. Because mostly at theatrical they wanted PG-13. I do have a lot of issues with the film, but yeah, I'll take the film for the collection. Next up is what is this? Oliver Stone film. Savages. Taylor Kish, oh great, Taylor Kish. Blake Lively, John Travolta, Benicio del Toro, and Salma Hayek. Well, it's an Oliver Stone film I have not seen. I know Brad Jones, Cinema Snob, actually hated this movie. I remember his review of this. But I'll give the film a look someday. Savages. Speaking of which, Sucker Punch. Another Zack Snyder film. With Zack Snyder, I really enjoyed Dawn of the Dead, and I really enjoy Legend of the Guardians, the Owl movie, and I like Watchmen. 300 is there. Not a fan of everything he's done from Man of Steel onward, and not a fan of this movie. I hate this movie. I hate this movie with a passion. I think it's a badly done story. All these pretty visuals doesn't matter because there's no risk involved, because it's a dream within a dream, or it's her fantasy within a fantasy within another fantasy. They're not really shooting this stuff. They're just taking a tea from a guard, but you don't see it. Just bug the fuck out of me. Director Zack Snyder hosts this over 2-hour expedition to Sucker Punch's real and fantasy worlds. That was one of my problems with Sucker Punch. She's doing all this stuff with swords and guns, but none of this exists even within the movie. None of this exists. It's not like if she... None of it exists. So what's the point? What is the point? What is the point? All these action scenes are meaningless even within the movie's story. Really what you're doing is, like, you're dancing, and that's fake. And then you get into a third fantasy of shooting things and swords and robots, and that's fake. what's really happening is you're in this shitty fucking asylum and you just sneaking around to get a tea or sneaking around to get a lighter. And I don't really care for the characters. I'm not a fan of this movie. But hey, for the collection, I'll take it. Then we have The Last Stand, which I do have on Blu-ray. Although I don't think I have the slipcover. I think I just have the... But I do have this film on Blu-ray. I enjoy this film. I think it's actually Arnold's last good movie is The Last Stand. So, hey, I'll take a second copy of this. And again, I don't think I have the slipcover, so that's pretty cool. I did have a total blast. I think this is a very fun movie. And yeah, again, I'll take another copy of this. Sure. So now I have the second Jurassic Park film on Blu-ray. Guess I have to pick up the third one now. Return to Jurassic Park Part 2. Cool. So these do have some the old features as well as the new. Not a big on the sequel. I like the first one. I like the third one. Not much on the second movie. There's elements I like. I just wish Jeff Goldblum was utilized more among other aspects. I don't know if I full on ranted on it, but it at least was a mixed review. The stuff I like, the stuff I don't like. But I'd be curious to check out the special features on this. So, thank you for that. Ah, okay. Terminator 2 on Blu-ray, the Skynet edition. Very cool. Hey, to see this film in HD? Over 140 minutes of behind-the-scenes video and multimedia galleries with picture-in-picture. Commentary with Director James Cameron, co-writer William Wisher. Commentary with 26 cast and crew members. Over 8 hours of interactive special features. Quizzes, games. Huh. Hey, Terminator 2, the Skynet edition on Blu-ray. I like the second one. My favorite is the first one. But that's very cool to have that. Next up we have someone called a triple feature of The Imagine. No idea what this is. Giant monster and period drama genres put together. A giant statue of an angry god that would come to life in times of desperation to punish evildoers. Huh. Never even heard of these movies. And apparently there are 3 of these movies. So they call upon this big stone statue to do some shit. Okay. Next up we got Stargate, the extended cut. Commentary Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin. And yeah, it'd be pretty interesting to see how this film looks on Blu-ray. And I'm not sure if I've seen the extended cut. Have I seen the extended cut? I don't know. But there are aspects of Stargate I like, especially these 2 actors, so I'd be pretty curious about that for the collection. Thank you. So now we have The Ninth Gate. Not really a fan of this movie. Johnny Depp wasn't the problem. I'm just not a big Roman Polanski guy. The ending was kind of confusing. Because I'm like, okay, so I guess the devil won, or he's going into the Ninth Gate and he's going to work for the devil, or... I didn't really get the ending of the film, but I don't know, I just wasn't that big on the Ninth Gate, but I'll give it another watch. Then we have a Robert Rodriguez film that I don't know much about. Road Racers. Huh, he actually directed this film. Based on the back, it looks like it cost $5. David Arquette, Selma Hayek, William Sadler. A rockin' rebel named Dude racing through life with a fast car, a loud guitar, and a sexy girlfriend, and a big mouth. But when a confrontation ends with deadly threats, Dude finds himself speeding head-on toward a showdown that will sell the store for good. Huh. Yeah, this is a Robert Rodriguez film that no one talks about. Never seen this movie, but hey, you know, I'll give it a look. And next up is Dread. I do have the film on Blu-ray. Love Dread. A great flick. Deserved a lot more than it got in theaters. But hey, you know what? Another copy of Dread. Backup copy. That's cool. Can't get enough Dread. Love Dread. Also, already had this, Rambo 4 on Blu-ray. Love the Rambo films. Have this as part of the Rambo set. But again, use it as a backup copy. Can't have enough Rambo. So, that's Rambo 4. I already did have this one as well. Evil Dead 2, the 25th anniversary special edition. This was a great Blu-ray, a lot of great features. I already have the film, but again, hey, backup copy, just in case. Pretty cool to have. Thank you for that. So, A Good Day to Die Hard. I remember I saw this in the theater, I liked it, then I bought the Blu-ray, I'm like, this wasn't as good as I thought it was. I made a mistake. I fucked up. That's why I think a lot more before I do reviews on what I really think of the movie. Because this is one of those fuck-ups I made. I will admit that. So, yeah, Good Day to Die Hard, the extended cut. You have the extended cut and the theatrical cut. I think I remember saying, like, the extended cut, they cut out the stuff with his daughter for some reason. And some other shit. But yeah, I mean, there are a couple action scenes to have fun with, but there are others ruined by the director's shitty direction. And, you know, trying to watch this again, the pacing wasn't that good, and yeah. But that's A Good Day to Die Hard. So, it is what it is. Not that good. A film with Luke Evans called No One Lives. From the director of Midnight Meat Train and Versus. A young couple driving cross country via quiet roads. When the couple is abducted by a clan of backwoods criminals, a nightmare unfolds. But the kidnapped pair is not who they seem, and their captors soon realize they are in way over their heads. They're in way over their heads as a battle of terror with some very depraved twists explodes. Huh. So they're kidnapped by backwood criminals. A high body count, gruesome thrills, a film that genuflects at the altar of 70s horror. Huh. This has piqued my curiosity. No One Lives. I'm definitely curious to see what this is about. That's fine. I mentioned Stanley Kubrick. Full Metal Jacket on Blu-ray. Had this film on DVD, but thanks to you, I now have it on Blu-ray. Has Full Metal Jacket Between Good and Evil, featurette, commentary by Adam Baldwin, Vincent D'Onofrio, Arlie Ermey, and credit screenwriter Jay Cox, and a trailer. Now remastered in 1080 high def. I enjoy Full Metal Jacket a lot. It's one of the better war films to me, so very cool to have this on Blu-ray. Thank you. Now that so I have, thanks to you, Clockwork Orange, Full Metal Jacket on Blu-ray. I have 2001 Blu-ray. So now I gotta get The Shining on Blu-ray for that. Hangover Part 2. Not really a fan of this sequel. To be honest, the good one to me is the first one. But hey, for the collection, can't complain. I'll take it for the collection. Just disappointed with the sequel, just trying to be too much like the first one. And then this film is called New World, which is a gangster thriller. Huh. Don't know much about this movie, but it's called New World. Machete. Machete. Machete, machete, machete. For those who know my channel, you know I'm not a fan of this movie. I thought the trailer, when they had Grindhouse, was a lot better than the movie itself, because the movie was like, the border, the border, the border. What's the border? Who's the border? Hey, did you hear about the border? Steven Seagal, let me just kill myself after a shitty fight. So yeah, not a fan of the movie. It's funny, even with like Robert Rodriguez, seems like he usually does a lot of features. Look at all the features on here. It's in high def. You have some deleted scenes and an audience reaction track. Like, that's all the features he even has. 2 disc. Oh, because the set is a digital copy. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this movie, but hey, you know what? You know what? I'll keep. You know what? For the Steven Seagal collection, I ranted on so many Steven Seagal movies. I showed you the DVDs I had, just, you know, for the collection. I did a Steven Seagal marathon. I didn't have this movie. Now I do for the collection. So, hey, for the Steven Seagal collection, I'll keep it there. So, thank you for that. Let's see. We got director's cut of The Boondock Saints 2, All Saints Day. The first one I remember not minding, so Boondock Saints 2 with Norman Reedus and Sean Patrick Flannery. And The Wizard of Oz. You know what? I didn't actually have this movie. Remastered in HD. Commentated by historian John Frick. I remember liking this film when I saw it as a kid, so hey, I'll gladly take the Blu-ray of this. Absolutely. We have a Quentin Tarantino film, Django Unchained. I remember I reviewed this film, and I was kind of mixed on it. I really liked Jamie Foxx. I really liked Leonardo DiCaprio. Now, the cast was not the problem. It was pretty bloody and practical blood squibs. It just, to me, needed some editing. Because I don't think it needed to be 2 hours and 40 minutes. I still don't think it needs to be 2 hours and 40 minutes. But I did like the bit at the end where you hear the They Call Me Trinity music. So, you know what? For the Quentin Tarantino collection, and I could just fast forward to the parts I like, I'd gladly take this. Because I like Pulp Fiction, I have that on DVD. Let's see, I like Reservoir Dogs, I have that on DVD. From Dusk Till Dawn, I have that on Blu-ray. Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, I have those on DVD. Those are some of my favorite Tarantino films. Jackie Brown I have that on DVD. Inglourious Basterds I don't like at all, so I don't want that. And The Hateful Eight, I read up on what happens in the movie, and I read up what the plot is on Wikipedia and stuff. I'm not interested in that movie. I'm not interested in what happens with the characters and such. I won't give it away, but I'm just not interested. So, but hey, for the collection, I'd gladly take this. Thank you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. All three of them. This is pretty damn cool. Wow, that is really cool. A fistful of dollars for a few dollars more, and the good, the bad, and the ugly. Man, you are, wow, this is crazy. This would have been enough. This would have been enough and be like, holy shit. And everything else is like icing upon icing upon icing. This is insane. Like, this alone would have been enough, man. I feel bad. I feel like an asshole. Well, I am an asshole, so that's why I feel it. Wow. I have these films on DVD. I was thinking of getting these on Blu-ray. But I was going to wait till I catch up on stuff. Wow. Fistful of dollars. And they have features, too. Countered by historians. A new kind of hero, a few weeks in Spain. Clint Eastwood on the experience of making the film? Oh, wow. You hear from Eastwood? I don't know if that's a new interview, but even if it's an old one, that's cool. 10 radio spots. The network prologue with Harry Dean Stanton, huh? Renowned filmmaker discusses the TV broadcast of A Fistful of Dollars. Wow. Huh. And then for a few dollars more... Bat for More, Clint Eastwood remembers for a few dollars more. A new standard, frailing on for a few dollars more. Huh. And The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Blu-ray and DVD pack. Leone's West, making of documentary. The Leone style on Sergio Leone featurette. Commentary by acclaimed film historian, and then a commentary by a cultural historian. Ennio Morricone and the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So, featurette on Ennio Morricone. Wow, that's cool. Just to see these films in HD, and man, that is insane, man. That is insane. And I'm not even done. It's like PS3 games. Wait, there's 3 more movies here. Last Starfighter, which I already have the Blu-ray of this, but hey. Now I have a second copy of it. Speaking of Clint Eastwood, The Outlaw Josie Wales. Thanks to you, I now have that on Blu-ray. New featurette, Clint Eastwood's West. Commentary by critic Richard Schickel. The Outlaw Josie Wales. I have this on DVD and now I have it on Blu-ray. And The Departed. I don't think I had this movie. No, I think I did, but I didn't have the Blu-ray. So, very cool. Now I have this film on Blu-ray. So, thank you for that. This is insane. And there's PS3 games. Jesus. God damn. There's Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3. Did someone send me this already? Or was that another Modern Warfare game? Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. And this is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Multiplayer. So do you need multiplayer? I don't do multiplayer, but yeah. Modern Warfare 3. I don't play a lot of Call of Duty games, so I don't know. Someone already sent this to me, Dead Island. So now I have a second copy of Dead Island. Bayonetta. Huh. I think I've heard of this game. Fight with katanas, shotguns, and more. Huh. Bayonetta. We got Mafia 2. The Betrayal of Jimmy. Yeah. Mafia 2. He's working to prove himself to the Mafia, quickly escalating up the family ladder with crimes of larger reward, status, and consequence. Life as a wise guy isn't quite as untouchable as it seems. We have Ratchet and Clank Future. Future Tools of Destruction. Never played a Ratchet and Clank game, so I don't know if you need to play the other ones to understand what's going on or such. Dragon's Dogma. Yeah, I don't know much about this. Okay. Port Royal 3, Pirates and Merchants. This is an RPG game. I'm not really big on RPGs, but hey, this was a gift. So, nothing wrong with that. Nier. Nier. Uncover the truth beyond the world of Nier through dozens of side quests and multiple endings. Discover and master 3 unique upgradable weapons and 8 powerful magic spells. Customize your character's magic, skills, and weapons with the power of 120 words. What does that mean? And there is a receipt. I'm not going to say anything about the receipt. From 2015. From GameStop. But Nier. Grand Theft Auto 5. It's funny, I have Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on PS2 and I haven't haven't had time to even play that. But it is Grand Theft Auto 5. These games nowadays, they take a long time to get into the play. Mortal Kombat. Complete Edition. Includes 4 new additional characters and skins. Huh. They have Freddy Krueger on the back, although I think that's the remake Freddy Krueger. And I don't even know if you can play it, but I don't know if one of those downloadable things that it's too late. That doesn't matter, it's still Mortal Kombat. I haven't played a Mortal Kombat game since Super Nintendo days. Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. I played the first, someone sent me the first 2 games. The first game was a lot of fun. The second game, unfortunately, did not work. So I could not play that game. But the first game was a lot of fun. I wanted to play the second game, but I put it in multiple times. It froze and it went nowhere. It froze again, and it just didn't work. So I'm curious to play Uncharted 3. I don't know if I need to play the second game to understand what's going on. Maybe not. But yeah, Uncharted 3. Drake's Deception. And then White Knights Chronicles 2. Which I guess is an RPG game. I just am not really a fan of RPG games just because I suck at them. That's really what it is. I suck at RPGs. I do admit that. I'm really bad at them. Final Fantasy VII I liked, but I still sucked at it. Well, I don't know what else to say. It's pretty damn insane unboxing. Maybe that's what I put in. Insane unboxing. I don't know what to say, man. You didn't have to do this at all. This is insane. It took over an hour, but there's a lot of stuff here. Saying thank you, it means nothing because, holy shit, this is a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. But still, thank you so much. Uh, this is very cool. Insane package. I did not know it was going to be all this. I thought you say, "Oh, I want to send you a couple stuff." This is more than a couple stuff. I don't deserve it, but I'll take it. So thank you so much for that. Um, thanks for watching. Take care. Thank you, Sawney Beane. We will see you later. Bye bye.